I hope you're all doing amazing, enjoying this sunny day. So today we are going to talk about awareness and body literacy. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ange, or Anjali if you like to call me, and I have been women's health years, and I have also done the nutrition counselling. And I'm just trying to, oh yeah, here is
There we
Leonie.
go.
I was waiting for Leonie to come here. Welcome, Leonie. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank
And
you for having
yeah,
me.
I was just introducing myself. And yes, so I've done the, movement coaching, women's health movement coaching, nutrition counseling, and the third one is founder of this platform. And now I'm going to read Leonie's amazing bio. All right. So, Harvesting Health, you are the founder of Harvesting Health, right? So, Harvesting Health is a specialist healthcare practice on the Gold Coast of Queensland. Founder Leone Wilson believes to achieve optimal wellness, one must nourish both mind and body. The clinic delivers naturopathic, nutritional, and counselling interventions to educate and empower clients to become the driver of their own health journey. Thank you, Leonie, for such a sweet and short bio, but it doesn't do the justice of amount of work you do and how many hats you wear.
Thank you so much. No, it's
Yeah.
great to be here. Thanks for inviting me on again.
Yes, no, it's pleasure, and because you do so, you don't just use one modality when the person comes to you. You have so many, so many other ways to support like our people. So that's why it's always it's our honor to have you on our platform. And before we okay. Welcome. Thank you for being here. So today we have amazing Leonie, the naturopath from Harvesting Health Hub. So, all right. So, Leonie, before we start, I was just going to read a little bit of disclaimer. And if you'd like to add anything on, please do.
Thank you.
So, yeah, so this talk is all about general information to bring awareness around the body literacy. So if you need support, please check in with your healthcare practitioner, or you can always connect with the Harvesting Health Hub, Leonie yourself. All right. So welcome everybody. Thank you so much for being here. So, all right, Leonie, should we start the question? Would you like to add anything before we start?
No, I'm good. Thank you so much.
Amazing. So, in simple terms, what does body literacy means in naturopathy?
I think body literacy really does mean that you need to understand your body. Like I have a lot of people come to the clinic and they've been told by their doctors, for instance, that their body's turned against them, like with autoimmune disease or something. They'll go,
Mm,
well, this is it. Your body's turned against you. This is the way it is for life. And your body never turns against you. That never
mm,
happens. That is not something that can happen. And I feel that body literacy is about understanding your body. And there
mhm.
are many women, particularly, who do
Yes.
not understand their body.
Hmm. Yeah. I hear you in there, and it has taken me many years to understand myself, and because we were brought up in such a way that even though, like for example, when my kids when they didn't want to eat certain food, or if they were too full, how we were brought up to say, if you don't finish that, you
Mm,
cannot leave the table,
yeah.
right? And with that concept we grew up. And if someone is in our culture, the people, when you are guest, they keep adding food, and it is rude not to live, you know, to
Hmm.
waste food. So when you grow up that way and you don't know when to listen to your body,
Oh,
right?
exactly,
Because
exactly.
you are more worried about the people you're going to upset, or you are worried about the culture side. And
Mm,
I think that really, it took me a very long time to undo that, you know.
mm. Look, when I was doing my Masters of Nutrition, we used to talk about in the course, the degree, that children actually know body literacy. They know when they're full.
Mm,
They know when they're uncomfortable with a certain person. Yet society dictates that we have to override those
mm,
inner messages, and we have to eat everything on our plate, eat what we
mm,
don't like, allow people to be in our space, talk to us, touch us a different way. And so really, unfortunately, I don't know whether it's about other cultures, but I know in Australia and Western culture we are taught to not listen to those messages from our body. And so,
mm.
therefore, when we're unwell, we don't understand that the body's sending us a message, one thing,
Yes.
but it's looking after us. You know, like, for example, if you've got a woman who has high estrogen,
Mm,
you've got a doctor who's giving her a Mirena or putting her on the pill, but no one has said
mm,
you are bleeding so much because your body's looking after you. You got
mm,
high estrogen, your body's got to get it out of your body.
mm,
Otherwise, you're going to get cancer and die. So the
mm.
body's saying, okay, we'll get it out. We'll get it out. We've got to find a way. It could be heavy periods, diarrhea, through the skin, acne.
Mm,
But the body's saying, this is bad for you. We must get it out. And the doctor is saying, we'll give you something so you don't actually see that symptom. We'll make it so you don't bleed. So, how do we get that out?
So Marina, that that increases the estrogen.
No, a marina has synthetic progesterone. And
Mm,
so, when we have high estrogen, if we
mm,
put progesterone in, it will balance it out.
yeah.
High estrogen is usually from a lot of stress or estrogenic foods or plastics and chemicals in the environment. So,
Mm,
if the body creates a large bleed and a heavy bleed to get rid of the estrogen, by
mm.
putting in a marina, it stops the bleed.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Mm,
so, we're not seeing a visible sign, which
mm-hmm.
is the uncomfortable symptom.
Yes.
So the doctor says, your body's turned against you. We've got to do something about this. We know better. We're going to put this foreign object there or give you the pill.
Mm-hmm.
But what no one is explaining to the poor woman is that there is a reason you're bleeding like that.
Mm,
Your body is protecting you. It's trying to get something out of you that shouldn't be in you.
mm. It's very interesting, isn't it? Your body is always talking to you, but being able to listen. And I think as a practitioner as well, being open about educating people why they're doing that.
Mm.
Or do you think they think that the people won't understand?
I think it's several things. I think, without being incredibly rude, which I probably am being, and dismissive, I think that there's a couple of things. Doctors don't have enough time. They're usually working with big, large medical corporates that want the people in and the money in, so they don't have enough time to explain it.
Mm,
The other thing is sometimes it's ego driven.
mm-hmm,
We're going to control your body. And
mm-hmm,
that, as soon as I hear that, I'm like, that's not right.
mm.
And then the other thing is everybody wants a quick fix.
Yes,
So your doctor's providing you with a quick fix. You go in there, you want a quick fix. It's not always the doctor's fault,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
And you want a quick fix. And I feel that that just reflects a very busy lifestyle. And it's where we've lost that connection with ourselves in such a busy lifestyle. We don't even have the time to be aware of
Mm.
what the body's saying.
Yeah, even to breathe, right? These days we have to remind ourselves to breathe properly.
100%. There are times like I'll check in with myself of a morning and I'll go, oh, that's a little bit unusual for you. But luckily I've got the information and I'll
Mm.
go, so what's actually happening there?
Mm.
I'm not going, oh my God, I've got to stop that from happening. I'm like, I need to listen. I need to open my ears so I understand what's happening.
Mm. Yeah. So, yeah, sometimes when I'm thinking too many things and I feel the rush,
Mm,
the palpitation and everything
mm,
coming in,
mm.
but then, trying to regulate that, trying to, yeah, when you have the understanding what's happening in your body and you know what do you need as well, right?
Exactly. And even with women's hormones, because I actually think women have lost connection with their body.
Mm.
I believe that I don't think we've advanced that far from the days of the hysterectomy. The word hysterectomy, hyster, came from the hysteria of women because of their hormones.
Mm.
So already we're on the back foot there, aren't we? Because if we're thought of as hysterical because we have hormones,
Mm.
we're not really being heard.
Yeah.
And a hysterectomy came from, well, we'll just take out those offending female organs and she'll settle down. And that message is not okay either. I mean, like that's not, it's not at all appropriate. It's incredibly misogynistic. And it gives somebody, either a man or a doctor, an ego-driven solution to a woman's hormonal problems. And women don't have hormonal problems. This is the thing. Quite often, the women who come to me with hormonal problems have man problems. But the other thing is the
You have to be
hormonal
more
problem.
more specific about that man problem is the
100%. Like women, some women come to me and they go, "Oh, it's my hormones," and I'm like, "Could you tell me? Could you explain what that is?" And oh, I'm getting frustrated easily, and I'm like, "Who told you that?" And they'll go, "Oh, my husband," and I'm like, do you think there's a reason you're getting frustrated? Like we can't put everything down to a female hormones.
hmm yes.
And even if we are, because I did digress, even if we are, and we're looking at heavy periods or clotty periods or painful periods, estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone are just the sex hormones.
hmm
Women's hormones, there's more than 80 more.
Yeah.
We
80.
only, we only think of three.
Yes.
And so we can't, body literacy means we have to look beyond the period or
Mm-hmm.
beyond not falling pregnant or whatever. We have to look beyond and we have to probably, if you don't understand it yourself, seek out someone who understands the endocrine system. Like
hmm
stress will
Yeah.
cause differences in your period.
Yeah.
But the doctor doesn't tell you that. So we need to be aware of what's going on in all of our body to then be more literal about how it's expressing itself.
Mm. It's like so much to unpack there. My head is going so big.
There is so much to unpack there.
So
And
much.
like
Yeah.
it's more than one Instagram live, like if we're looking at body literacy, we can look at the fact that hormones are regulated by your liver,
hmm
hormones are regulated by your nervous system, hormones are regulated by your gut microbiome,
mm
hormones, and that's just internally. Then there's an external world. But if
Mm.
we want to have body literacy, we're talking about internally.
Yes. Yeah. No, it's incredible how much knowledge or information out there that we need to
Mm,
understand ourselves and our
mm,
body.
mm.
Yeah. So, what are some early body signs women often ignore, but they shouldn't?
Um, oh, geez, how long you got? So yes, a heavy.
This
Yeah.
guy.
Um, Heavy periods, painful periods. It is not
Mm,
part of being a woman. That
mm,
is something where it's important, I think, to seek a holistic health practitioner.
mm,
Um, Diarrhea,
mm,
constipation. They're indicating that your liver's not working well.
mm,
Um, Lack of sleep. It's
mm.
not a female problem.
Yeah.
It's an endocrine nervous system problem.
Mm,
So, like I often say to women, God doesn't make shit. And they look at me and I'm like, I hope your listeners are okay with this. For a woman to push out something that's 6 pounds out of such a small hole
mm,
tells me that the body is incredible
mm. Yes.
and God does not make shit. So, therefore, to believe the narrative that it's not working okay
Mm,
is not appropriate. To replace that narrative with, oh my goodness, what is my body trying to tell me?
mm,
Is by far it's more supportive of your body
mm.
rather than trying to change it.
Yeah. So support your body like if you don't know what it is, then you seek out for holistic practitioner.
Absolutely, because it's not okay. Look, I mean, like, don't get me started, which you have. It's not okay to keep removing organs. It's not okay to keep providing medications. It's
Mm,
far more for longevity of life. It's more important to seek out what systems need support and what messages your body are telling you. Like diarrhea is a message,
mm.
heavy periods is a message, not being able to sleep is a message, skin issues are a message. And
Yeah.
it's about being able to look holistically as like, oh, okay, like life is full of ups and downs. There's peaks
Yeah.
and troughs. We can't get past that. There will always be a time where you need support, and that's not weakness. That's
Mm,
just a fact of life these days.
yeah.
So it's not okay to just shelve it by giving it a pill or ignoring it, because it could actually amount to something a lot worse if you do that.
Mm, yeah. But I'm finding more and more. I think because I go to those events where the doctors are now coming towards the integrative, holistic practices, because that is what I believe in, right? Like
Mhm. Mm.
closing the gap between both modern and traditional. So,
Yeah.
but the doctors that I meet, they are so open towards, what does their patient needs, and reaching out to other practitioners and how
Mm.
they can support the patient rather than, like you said, pumping through the patients.
Well, that's it. Like I'm much older than you, and like when I was a kid, you had the family doctor. If you couldn't get to the clinic or to his little practice, he'd come to you at lunchtime, and it
Mm,
was it was he knew you.
mm,
He knew you. He remembered you. He had an invested interest. We've got big corporations now with medical centers. And everybody's time poor, and like a client told me, 3 clients told me last week they must go to the same medical center. I've got 6 minutes with my doctor. I just got an email that all appointments are 6 minutes, and I'm like, okay. My first appointment is 70 minutes with someone.
mm,
I understand that person in 70 minutes far better than what 6 or 7 minutes is going to give you.
yeah.
So I can teach that person body literacy. Like, have you ever thought that your body's trying to get rid of something? Like I had a woman, just to phrase it, I had a woman come to me after cervical cancer. The treatment was radioactive beads in the vagina. Okay. That affected her bowel.
Mm,
She then had to wear a nappy because was just shitting through the eye of a needle.
Mm.
We worked on that. We repaired the bowel, back to normal life. 2 months later, she comes back to me and she goes, I've got that problem again. I can't leave the house.
Mm.
And I'm like, why? Long story short, her oncologist put her on estrogen.
Mm.
Her body was creating diarrhea to get it out.
Mm.
She didn't have a uterus anymore.
Oh, yes.
She couldn't
Wow.
bleed it out. So she was getting diarrhea because I sent her off to get her estrogen measured.
Mm.
Estrogen was 3,000. She should not have been given estrogen by the doctor.
Mm.
The doctor did not have time to even test her estrogen levels, just prescribed it.
Mm.
So I've got the time, but the point is her body was telling her. You just had to listen.
Yeah.
She was just crapping and crapping and crapping. And then when we worked out her estrogen was high and I brought it back down, no more diarrhea.
Mm.
So it's not the body's symptoms or conditions, they're not a problem. They're actually a message. Let's look at this and fix it.
Mm. Yeah. Whew. How do we haven't even touched the third question yet,
Go for it.
and we're already 20 minutes past. uh, it's incredible, but I think we have to do another part of this.
Yeah.
But if you could share one message with women about listening to their bodies, what would it be? I know it
Look,
wouldn't be one, but yes.
yeah. If there's one thing I would hope that women took away from this today, it's that your body is not working against you. It's communicating with you. And body literacy isn't about perfection or fixing yourself. It's about learning the language of your nervous system, your hormones, your lived experience, and being compassionate with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
We need to slow down and listen and not just manage our symptoms. We need to rebuild trust with our body.
Yes. So, and if because we don't have the capacity, we all of us might not have the capacity, including myself, to understand all the symptoms that what our body is telling us. And
Mm,
in that case, we reach out to our holistic practitioners who are open towards how they can, help you out from the whole as a whole person, right?
exactly.
Um,
And
yeah.
rather than mask symptoms, we need to
Mm.
understand why they're happening.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, reach out to Leone or
Yeah, that'd
Leone's
be good.
practice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Harvesting Health Hub. Thank you, Leone, for being here today. And as always, I'm blown away by your information and insights and all the things that you give us. And sometimes I'm like, I've never thought of that, and she always makes me think about it. Damn, and makes me like
Good.
all
That's
day.
good.
I'm thinking, all day
If
I'm like, yes. Now
if
all the
I don't
yeah,
make you think about it, how are you ever going to empower yourself?
yes, exactly.
Hmm.
And that
Yeah.
that curiosity, because it's been closed off for so long that that we shouldn't be curious and you start exploring because that is
Mm-hmm.
not women do or girls do where I was brought up. So,
Mm-hmm.
for such a long time now I'm realizing I'm so curious. And
Mm-hmm.
if my husband says, "Don't touch that," and can I touch it? Can I touch it? And it looks so interesting, and he says, "No, don't." But I'm like, I realize I'm like that person,
Yeah.
and then so when I see your information and it makes me curious and want to know more, and I think that is what makes you, become aware of things. So thank you so much for bringing all the not questionable because we were not never taught to question. So questionable means, not in a bad way, but
Mm.
makes me, like curious in that sense.
Mm.
So we really appreciate you,
Thank
and
you.
thank you very much. And thank you everyone for being here and for your time. And have an amazing day, everybody. Thank
Thank you.
you.
Trust your
Bye.
body.
Trust your body. Bye.